Hello there. Just out in the woods here. Just doing some bit of barefoot walking. It's been over 2 years now, barefoot. Show you where we are. Just heading up this way. Been over 2 years barefoot now. So thought I'd give a little update. Well, it's just become normal now, you know. I'm comfortable walking around in any place, you know. All the places I used to go, wearing boots. Now I go barefoot. You know, we've got nettles, got to watch out for, but it's fine. Nettle stings on your feet aren't really that bad. And of course, we've got these things here which cure nettle stings. They're everywhere around here, you know. It's the main plant around here, so no worries about nettle stings. Oh, it's always difficult to get through. Let's see, should we go over or under? Let's try going over. Oh, that was nice and easy. Yeah, got a lot of strength and stability in my feet and legs now, you know. So I can work, you know, crouch on one leg or on my toes, you know. Balance. Do lots of things. No worries. Run. On stones. You see, they're everywhere, the stones. Got to be careful with this camera. I'm holding it by a stand that's just fallen off. Got to be very careful how I hold it. In fact, let's forget the stand. Just hold it. No, I'll hold it by the stand. It's easier. Just don't want to drop it, break it. Bit of sun. Might take my top off. Barely wearing any clothes. Let's get in the shade instead. Might be some water up here. We'll see. Running uphill's easy. Oh yeah, got a nice bit of water here. Oh. Yeah, when you're wearing boots and shoes, you know, you avoid the water. But barefoot, oh, you love it, man. You love going in the water. Oh, so refreshing when you've been pounding your feet on stones. And of course it keeps your feet clean, gives them a nice wash. But then they immediately get dirty again. Yeah, there's stones and all sorts at the bottom of this. So, yeah, when you first start going barefoot, puddles, you've got to remember there's always going to be a stone at the bottom of a puddle. Almost always. Especially in a place like this that's full of stones. Yeah, so imagine your foot goes in that when you're wearing boots and socks. Love it. Yeah, when you first start going barefoot, you're always looking at the ground. And I was just looking at the ground then, I hit my head on this. But now, yeah, something you can do is walk around with your eyes closed. You know, just open them for just a brief moment, just to get a snapshot, you know, just to make sure you're going in a straight line still. And then just walk with your eyes closed, and you'll find you get a lot of confidence, you know, in stepping into places that you can't see clearly, like this. Like, I have no idea what's going to be at the bottom of this when my foot goes down there into the mud, and it's sticks and stones at the bottom. Of course, you can feel everything. You can pick up objects with your feet, you know, without needing to bend down. Just pick up objects off the floor. You can do gardening with your feet. Oh, that's really great, you know. Messing about with the soil with your feet. Really great. Really great. And if you want to make sure to keep your feet clean, make sure to keep your toenails really, really sharp, and then they don't pick up mud. You know, I do the same with my fingernails. So keep them really, really sharp, and then they're really easy to clean. You stay nice and clean. So yeah, I would say so all year round then, let's say starting winter, let's say, because that's when I started. The frost and the snow is great to walk in, and that kind of wakes you up, and then you get accustomed to walking in the frost and the snow. You get accustomed to walking in the frost and the snow, and then as it warms up, then when you get to like, you know, 5 degrees or something, that feels comfortable in the springtime. And of course, when it gets to like 10 degrees, that's warm, you know. So you can, yes. And when it's cold as well, if you get your feet covered in mud, mud is the coldest thing of all. But if you get your feet covered in mud, it works as an insulator. You know, when it dries, it keeps your feet warm. It's like wearing a pair of socks, you know, mud socks. Like if you've seen the film Predator, you know, that actually works. You know, when you cover yourself in mud, it holds your body heat in, so you don't have a heat signature, because all the heat is kept inside your feet. And of course, when it's cold, if you're standing on the ground or crouched down or sat with your feet on the ground warms up under your feet, and then the ground gets warm and returns heat to your feet. So I'll wash my feet because you won't be able to see them anymore, and they're too filthy to see. There's lots to say. I'll no doubt forget much. Let's get them a little bit cleaner. That'll do. So yeah, there's really loads to say. Yeah, so winter time, you know, you wear shoes like you wear gloves. You know, if your hands are cold or you need protection, you wear shoes on your feet, don't you? Shoes are just gloves for your hands. And right now I don't need gloves, don't need shoes either. You know? Downhill. Running up and downhill makes it easier, you know. Just hope there's no one around hearing me talking to myself. I don't like that, you know. So look down here. Stones. Railway track stones. These are painful to walk on, but you get used to after a while. I'm not going to go running on them. I probably could, but nah. Ooh. I'll show you something a little bit special. Let's go down here. Let's use this to hold on to. It's a bit of a steep hill. Let's just run down. Yeah, that's where we've just come from. Steep hill. Yeah, it's a lot steeper than it looks when it's on the camera, I tell you. Himalayan balsam again all over the place. This is what I wanted to show you. I've got a flashlight in my kit, of course. Don't know what's down here. Should we go down there? Into the unknown. Another time, maybe. This video is about going barefoot, isn't it? Not going into tunnels. Yeah, so you get grounded, of course, and the thing about the Earth is it's got an abundance of electrons, and your body is made from chemicals, right? And those chemicals are held together by electrons, yeah? And free radicals can destroy those bonds, yeah? So what you need is an abundance of spare electrons. So then, if a free radical comes along, it doesn't steal electrons away from your cell molecules, it steals them. It's a lot easier to just take the spare electrons that aren't being used, you know. So ions, when they're negatively charged, you know, a lot of the atoms have spare electrons in them, and it's a lot easier to take the spare electron, and the atom doesn't break, the molecule doesn't break apart, because it's still got the electron holding it together, holding the atoms together. Yeah. So yeah, it's the natural state of the human body, and in fact every creature on Earth, to be either regularly or constantly connected to the Earth. So it's the natural state of the body to have a negative charge. And yeah, so when you go barefoot, you kind of turn into like a Superman. Not because there's anything special about you, but because everybody else has become less than human, because their bodies aren't working the correct way, because they're not connected to the Earth. And then of course they're not using the feet correctly, you know, they don't walk correctly, like they slam their heels into the ground, which impacts your knee joint and your hips, you know. I mean, I've got osteoarthritis in my knee. It's not a problem anymore, because I don't impact my knee joint. I bounce on springs when I walk and I jump, you know, bounce on springs, you know, there's toes, foot, the spring in your heel, the knee, the ankle, the knee, the hip, the back, the stomach, everything works together to catch you as you fall, you know. So you go 4 foot first, or complete, well, it depends on the ground you're walking on, you know. You have different walking styles depending on different types of ground. But something else I've noticed, no one else seems to have talked about this, is, well, first of all, even in the middle of winter, if your toes are numb, getting some direct sunlight hitting your toes will warm them up and stop them from being numb. So even in the middle of winter, you can get warmth for your toes from the sun. But something I've found, especially in summer when you get loads of sun, there seems to be like this, like you seem to pick up free energy from the potential difference between the sun and the Earth. Yeah. So when the sun's hitting your skin and your feet are connected to the Earth, you kind of seem to get extra power. I've not heard anyone talk about this, but I've noticed it. I've been energized by it, you know. No one else seems to have noticed that though. Odd. But yeah. So in the summertime, you know, I mean, like, you know, you saw me when I went on that, I ended up going in my other video talking about a barefoot update, where I ended up going 5 miles at the end because I got lost. But after 3 miles, I was feeling amazing and I started running, you know. And then I ran most of the way home because I was lost and I needed to find my way quickly. But yeah. As for foot injuries, yeah, things like this, you can stand on wire that sticks in your foot, but you know, when you get a foot injury, which is very, very rare, but when you do get a foot injury, like, it hurts for about 30 seconds, and then it's fine. You just carry on walking, you know. Even if you've ripped the skin off the bottom of your foot or got a nasty cut, you just ignore it. Just, you know, just ignore it. Carry on walking. And of course, when you're grounded, you recover much more quickly, and you've got much better endurance. You're just better in every way. Like, as I say, you become superhuman. Not because you are superhuman, you're just normal, but because everybody else has become less than human. So you can be superior to them just by going barefoot. Ah, some mud. Here we go. Dang, I would hate to just get my boots in that. My feet are going to be all dirty again. You won't be able to see them. See if I can wash them later. Actually, I can't be spending too much time away from home. I need to be there, so probably want to turn around and start heading back soon. Hey, should we go? Let's go up this. That looks a little bit tricky to get up, so let's do it one-handed with a camera in my hand and a backpack. I'm wearing a backpack, of course. Ow. There you see, I just stood on this stone. Can you see it? Yeah, that one. It was sharp, large, sharp. All my weight went on one single point, and that hurt a lot. A lot. But now the pain's fading and I'm fine. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, when you're barefoot as well, as soon as if you're on a slope, as soon as you put your foot down, you immediately know whether you're going to grip or slip. You can feel whether you're going to slip, and I feel that I'm going to grip. Yep. Yep. I feel grip here. There's a little bit of slip going on here. Now I feel grip. We're good. Yeah, I mean, like, if there's lots of tiny, tiny little stones in the mud, they like stick in the mud and then they hook into the bottom of your foot, like 100 little tiny little stones, so you can like grip on the side of hills like Spider-Man or something, you know. Yeah, you can immediately feel. So we can either slowly climb up this or run up. Let's run. No, not holding the camera. I'll slowly climb with the camera, because I might drop it. Here we go. Use your hands as well, of course. When your feet are filthy, you don't care about getting your hands dirty. You're not afraid of touching the earth, you know, touching all the things. You're not afraid of getting stung or, you know, bitten or anything. Yeah, at some point I stopped the camera. I don't know when exactly. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard what I just said, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, we're heading back now, yeah. The camera's got mud on it, and then, yeah. I don't know. It's been a bit haphazard, me talking about things. I don't know if I've covered everything. Probably not, you know. Yeah, so that's it then. I don't know. What else is there to talk about, really? Well, yeah. 0 injuries at the moment, of course. 0. Got, hang on. I don't know if you can see. In a bit of sun here, I can't see the screen. Yeah. I mean, I'm covered in injuries on my hands and my arms, you know. But my feet, 0 injuries. 0. You know, I've been doing work, you know, mowing the lawn, trimming the grass, you know, digging, all sorts. Of course, never at any point have I ever ran a lawnmower over my foot or stabbed my foot with a fork or anything like that, so obviously I don't worry doing it barefoot. Stones again. So occasionally one will jab me in the foot and I'll stumble, but it's fine. It's just a little jab. Yeah, so when you're going barefoot, expect pain, a lot of pain. And even after 2 years, you'll still feel pain in your feet when you walk in places like this. But you'll learn that pain in your feet is fine. It's not a problem. It's just a normal part of life. There's a clear difference between regular pain and injury pain. And as I say, an injury, even an injury pain isn't that bad. You know, I've never had a really bad one. Only just minor cuts and, you know, ripping the skin off the bottom of your foot, you know. Because there's beech nut shells in my garden which are large, hard and spiky. If you slip on one, it'll rip the skin off the bottom of your foot. But I go running on them, you know. Got a big garden, so I run around the perimeter. Now of course that's something else that I never did before. I was barefoot, was running. Now I want to run all the time, you know. I mean, this is dodgy ground to run on, but I would happily run on this. Yeah, let's do a little run, just a gentle one, you know. And that hurt my feet less than walking, you see, because you spend less time, when you're moving faster, you spend less time falling into the ground. Because what happens when you when you land on the ground, you don't just stop, you continue falling into the ground. And that's what hurts. But you only need to fall for just a moment, just to give you enough pressure to push off. That's all you need. You know, you might drop down a little bit, but you know, you can do that 2 or 3 times before you need to get a good solid step, so you can go dancing on stones, you know, till you find a good footing, you know. I might not be making sense here, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. You know, like if you do a bad step, you jump to the next step, and if that's a bad step, you jump to the next one. All kinds of stuff going on here. Someone's trying to make a swing here. Not a bad one. That rope's a little thin, but you can handle it. More rope here. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. There's yeah, someone was setting up a, yeah, I think it's down there. Someone's set up like a tarpaulin, but they put it in the worst place because they didn't know that flood's down there. I can just walk straight through it though, if I want. I think this is where we went down last time. There used to be a big log there, that's what I walked down. It's all changed, everything's changing constantly. Anyway, I don't know if there's much more to say. I'll make a little addition later, probably when I get home, if there's more to say, but there you go. So let's sit here for a minute. Backpack. So yeah, if you're going running with a backpack, you want a small one with just 2 straps over your shoulders, you know, because too many straps makes you hot. So you want minimal straps, just these 2 around over your shoulders. And you want a small bag with loads of weight in it, so just fill it with junk, all kinds of stuff that you might need. You know, I've got a fishing kit in here, I've got a heavy duty tool, some gloves, some shoes, you know, all sorts. And water, of course. So yeah, if you make your bag really, really heavy, then when you're running, it doesn't bounce around all over the place, you know. And of course you can change your running style to match the swing of the bag, you know. So you can get a really efficient run going, you know. Sit on these stones. Sitting on stones is surprisingly comfortable, you know. You'd think it'd hurt, but no, it doesn't. Walking on them hurts more than sitting on them. Yeah, feet absolutely filthy. We'll clean those before we get home. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to say now. Oh yeah, I was talking about the seasons, wasn't I? So you get into spring, and then the springtime is super warm after the winter. And the only problem with spring is there are tiny little nettles just starting to grow all over the place. So you got to watch out for them. But that's all. And then the summertime, we're just starting to get into summer now. The summertime is absolutely epic. Then the autumn, it starts to get cold, and then you know, you lose some of your energy because it's getting cold. You don't want to go out as much, but then all the leaves start falling all over the floor, so you get this thick carpet you know, to protect your feet. So once the leaves start falling, the ground everywhere gets really, really soft. You just get this great carpet. And then of course, when the winter time comes along, you know, the top of the leaves can be frozen, but down underneath it's warm and insulated, so you can get your feet down in the leaves in the winter. So yeah, the leaves help you in the autumn and in the winter to protect your feet and keep them warm. Just keep hearing crazy noises over there. I think it might be birds or something. Yeah, so that's about it then, I think. So I'll get off because there's nothing else to say. I can't think of anything. So yeah. Over 2 years barefoot. I'm very, very happy and continue to be barefoot. I do, you know, if I go to a shop or visit someone's house, I might occasionally wear shoes, but I'll often take them off, you know, on the way back, just carry them in my hand. Makes you really confident as well, you know, around people, because everyone looks at you and talks about you and comments and says, "Oh, where are your shoes, mate?" I mean, I had some guys on a motorbike who they were trying to give me a lift on the motorbike. They would not accept that, you know, they thought I'd lost my shoes or something, you know, and they would not accept that I was walking around barefoot. So they were trying to give me a lift on the motorbike, but you don't want to sit on a motorbike with bare feet, do you? That's a hazard to your feet. If I was sitting on a motorbike, I'd want to wear boots, you know. But they were offering me a barefoot motorbike ride, saying that would help me. Well, anyway, okay, I'm done now. I'm genuinely finished now. Okay, I feel like I've missed a lot, but I mean, what can you say? You're barefoot and you either do it or you don't. And whatever happens, jumping on these stones randomly. Don't know where I'm going to land, but it's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. I can walk on any surface now, doesn't matter. I can go through brambles. Could even handle nettles, especially if I had the nettle cure. But yeah, okay. See you later. Goodbye.